Hello, welcome to the weekly read. Although I realize we are already halfway through the week. Today is May 1st, 2024. Um, so finally, April is kind of over, and we're heading into these May energies. Um, Definitely, it's not reflecting it where I live. We're still snowy and cold and kind of miserable, but I feel like, thank God, April's over. That's all I want to say. I'm just like, obviously, I missed the last 2 weeks of reads. I just, I just didn't have it in me. There was just so much going on, um, energetically. I wouldn't say that it kicked my butt, but I would definitely say, I could feel different shifting happening and, still clearing out some of that old energy, old thought patterns. I let them trip me up a couple times too. I'm sure some of you probably experienced that. Sorry, my nose is really itchy all of a sudden. Um, so yeah, so we're heading into May. So I decided we'll do a quick energy read with the cards looking at May. I'll do the portal day 5-5 on Sunday, and we'll sort of redo, um, like we'll integrate that into the read for, um, not just the energy of May, but I'll try to start holding Space Sundays back up again. Just because in the last couple days, I've you know I've had what I would consider to be, sort of a download of information and meditations and videos that we need to be doing or that would really be helpful right now. So I'll just talk about it right now. We'll talk about the focus, but then when we go to do the videos, if you want to do the meditations, I may do them once a week, or they might just come out as I get them done. The download that I was getting was that we need to start working on accessing this new energy. Because a lot of people, I think, like we know it's there, we know, uh, we're just not quite sure how to really get into it. And then on the 18th, was it? No, I've got May's calendar up. 20th, I think it was. We had that Jupiter, Uranus conjunction, which they said was going to be like a kind of second solar eclipse energy, and that one did kick my butt. I had a lot of like, uh, stuff going on up here, like a lot of doubt and a lot of, I wouldn't say fear, maybe a little bit, but I was just like really confused about, and then it started to come to me that we need to access that energy. And how it started to come to me is I started to watch again what other people are saying and reporting and their channelings and things like that. Um, and the solar plexus chakra was coming in really predominantly. And so I was like, okay. And I was like, I have a solar plexus chakra meditation I've already written. So I went back and read that and I was like, this is perfect. But then the rest came to me that we need to like we need to work on the other, chakras one by one. So we'll do a meditation one by one. They're not in order. Like I thought, we'll start at root and we'll work our way up. No, the order I was given is we're starting with solar plexus, then we're going down and then up to down, and everything's, of course, comes back to the heart at the end. Um, and then I had confirmation. I got a new deck, and this is the Diana Cooper Golden Futures. Um, it's very tuned into the energy of what new Earth will look like in, and in her estimation, that's by, the completion of that is sort of, we have a lot of work to do, is 2032. So, um, she's got a 12 chakra body. So right now, I feel like we're just gonna work on the the ones we have right now here, and then I feel like once those are in a better alignment, you'll probably, be able to access, um, the other ones and start to get to know the other chakras. So we're just gonna do what we can. We're gonna work on seven because I also, that's a lot of work meditation wise for me. So we'll just start there and we'll see what happens. I'm sure there could be more channeling coming uh, once we get through some of that. So anyway, that's my plan. And so, yeah, I was thinking I would just do them every Sunday for holding space. Um, that will take us like 7 weeks to get through, but who knows? I'll just kind of intuitively let it click in, and if one chakra needs to be done sooner than the others. And so I'm not sure how I'll work it on this channel, but there's playlists, so I am just going to record it so it's just a little bit about the chakra and the meditations, and then I'll put those on a playlist so that you can try to do them in order. It doesn't matter if you don't, but yeah. Anyway, that's what I was told I needed to be doing. When I do solar plexus, I'll read the initial channeling from Celia Fenn that I got. She was really focused on that Jupiter Uranus conjunction, and that we should, solar plexus was sort of being, called in to be worked on. Um, I would say that's still going on right now. Um, and it in time and space, whenever you're watching this, is like you can start at any time, right? And kickstart it. So watch for those. I'll get them done as I can. Sometimes life happens and I'm not able to, but definitely we'll read the energy today, and then I'll be on Sunday. I'll separate them out, the meditation from the 5-5 portal work that we do. But that solar plexus meditation should be up by Sunday. So keep an eye out for those. If you want to go on the journey with me, I feel like it's like just like this card is that we need to we're lighting them up and aligning them so that we can access that new earth energy that, like I said, it's there, it's present, and there's just more energy coming in all the time. But it's we're still in this little 3D meat suit trying to navigate both, right? But in the weeks before we've had the card, the land in between, right? We're still kind of there. Um, so anyway, let's take a look at the energy for this week, this uh, this beginning of May, finishing off April. I don't know about you, but April felt like the longest month in the history of this world. Um, it was really it was getting a lot of work done, a lot of cleanup done, a lot of purging, a lot of um yeah, just trying to move energy in the right direction, and I get it, but it was intense. Okay, let's see what this week's overall about. Cards are kind of sticking together. And then I am going to read Monday through Wednesday and the end of the week. Do those separate. Um, I got another new deck too that a friend gave me. So that one I have to read the book for. Oops, we got two. That one I have to read the book for because it's not it's a they're fractals in the thing. So I can kind of read. There is a descriptor line, but we'll maybe read the whole thing. We'll see. I'm only going to do one of each. I've got four cards. All right, overall for the week, the sun. Yeah, again, this anytime this card comes up, we've had like solar flare, solar flare, solar flare, like pretty much daily, and they're not little. Well, I mean there are C class ones, but their majority of them is M classes, so a little bit stronger. Um, Basically, just saying this is continuation of that energy just lasting in. So, really taking care of ourselves, and not worrying too much about that. Like trying to integrate that energy. Um, it's like don't force it. Just allow. We're just allowing right now. We need to do a lot of allowing. I'll read this. I like all the spring flowers popping up there too with the sun, right? And the butterflies. I am blessed with the gifts of life. I am free to create. This is the most important thing we're heading into is that we have to, because when we get to sacral chakra, it's going to be a lot about creation. We have to start creating this new energy, like using this new energy to create the new. We create a life filled with joy, open and connected to God. And we also got, yeah, the magician. Okay, so this is really starting to like stoke up the fire again. It's like the energy's coming in, allow it to integrate, allow it to, you know, understand that it's new to us and we're working the best we can with it. Be easy on yourself about it, but just know you're the magician. We have the ability. We're like we hold the world in our hands right now. We're creating this new world. It's not an easy task. It's monumental. And like if you like like I said, this Diana Cooper deck is like they're not expecting us to be really complete on most of the projects of creating until 2032. So, and that's not to say like when they say that sometimes like I used to hear that date and I used to go, oh, this anymore. Realize that it's not just like it's not going to be, you know, 10 years of struggle and strife and that kind of thing. This cleanup that's happening right now is not going to last forever, right? This too shall pass. It's just that it has to be cleaned up. And so it might be 2 more years of that, which I know still is like, I'm too tired for this. But it's just like we're we came here to do this. So it's like I feel like we can't just like be like, I'm not enjoying this, so I'm not gonna do the job anymore. Is that okay? Mm, no, yeah, it doesn't really work like that. Okay, the magician. That which I create in the world returns to me. Again, we're playing on these themes of abundance. The reason that we were all like clued in to the law of attraction whenever that happened for you and manifestation is because those are our tools on this in this next little bit. So we have spent the last 10 years or more depending on when stuff started, coming and going for you in the spiritual realm, being trained in how to manifest. And now it's like we're just getting that confirmation that it's like, hey, you mastered this skill. Start using it. And I know it's a little tricky because like when we say right now it's like I want to manifest, world peace. That's a big piece. It's it's not a bad thing to say those things though because it's not going to happen tomorrow. But we still do need to be directing that energy towards it because um it's like uh, it's such a it's not a great analogy, but it's like we're holding the hand of someone who's passing, right? What we're doing, we know we can't stop what's coming. Like that's not going to happen. But our thing is to create a new like vessel for them, so that as it goes, it's done as peacefully as possible, right? And so that they have a good transition. That's what we would be wishing for. So really, all this stuff that's going on right now is like we just need to embrace it, hold its hand, observe the process, and wish it the best and highest good for a peaceful uh, transition. That's what we're doing right now. I know it's not easy. It's never easy. Like if you've ever done that actual act of watching or someone or being close to them as they're leaving this realm, it's not an easy job. So yeah, I figured we'd get this one. So the overall theme, oops, this is come out too. Yeah. Okay, so we got the rediscovery card again. I always say this is like the innocence, right? The innocent um, inner child rediscovering that younger, youthful, playful energy. That's what we need to do to counteract this. Um, Also, like always in her heart chakra, too, is the symbol for the goddess, the feminine. So, rediscovering that more feminine energy, right? Like what we're watching die. And it's by no means any like slight on masculine or feminine, but the masculine has been ruling this planet for a very long time. It's that is like dying out in a way to give birth to new, uh, better masculine energy. But man, is it like it's going out and it's it's kind of fighting and kicking and the whole way. It's not wanting to leave, but it's time for it to go. So this is the rediscovery of that feminine energy, where so we do come in more peacefully, right? Energy comes in more peacefully, we're more nurturing, right? All and that happens to everyone individually in time. Some of us are already there. I'm not. I'm still learning to balance that energy. So, um, but some people just are, and it's once we rise that feminine energy up, and we can just be nurturing and benevolent to everyone and all of that. The time is coming, and it is rising. So, because we also got the potential card for this week. Um, yeah, it's just like the 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 inner child in that one, in that feminine energy, is looking a little skeptical of the outside world. And I think that's where we all are right now. But we're not really realizing our potential, right? It's the magician card. It's like we have all these skills. We came here to do this. Again, we're struggling a bit, I think, because we just don't know how to do this. So hopefully these meditations and channelings will help. Um, and we can start to access that energy a little bit easier. Okay, let's get into the week. Um, let's, even though it's Wednesday already, we're just gonna see what these first, because I like to break it up, because sometimes just doing the whole week in general, it's like sometimes I find if we do the beginning of the week, and sometimes they'll match and it'll be like, yep, the whole week's about this, or sometimes they're in a little bit of, I don't want to say opposition, because it's like the beginning of the week will be like the work part of the week, which is a little hard and a little crazy. And then you were usually by the end, it's like there's some sort of like ending and revelation to it. So, all right, I'm just gonna do one of each of these for this week. Yeah, okay. Yep, yep. Anyway, so I hope that you're doing well. I know that it's not, what's the word? It's difficult, but it's also, oh, I'm gonna have to read the book for that one. Yeah. We're gonna be reading books on this one, just because these decks definitely are more, um, yeah. Anyway, okay, let's take a look. Okay, we're gonna start with this new deck that I got. So this is it was the Nature's Rhythm Oracle by Sarah Clark. Really awesome lady here in Alberta. If I don't know where in the world you're watching from. We got Divine Order, card number 16. I trust the divine order of things I cannot control. Are going to read the book on this one. So, yeah, but right off the top, that one I can definitely just say it's like, again, we can't stop what's happening. Our job is to facilitate, hold the space, hold the energy, contain the energy. Um, we're not here to make the change. That's divine, right? Divine is doing that. That's in divine timing, divine order. I trust the divine order of things I cannot control. Reflect upon what worries you and what you desperately try to control. Observe how you direct your energy, attempting to drive any favorable outcomes. There's a time to act and a time to surrender. This card asks you to observe where in your life you are swimming against the current. The efforts you exhaust to control outcomes are futile, right? Like, don't waste your energy there. Spend your time working. Well, the other cards are like working the energy. Let this card reveal the divine order of nature. Let many beings reveal themselves to you. So yeah, it's just like energy wise, our job, hold the space by going into meditation and asking the divine, like, what should I do next? How can I assist? How may I serve? And look for those answers instead of trying to like control the whole this whole process because we can't. We have to surrender to what we're being asked to do, and then that makes the energy easier to integrate, right? Okay. We also got the intuition card. Trust, insight, awareness, guidance. Easy peasy. We need to really make sure we're listening to that this week because we're getting the answers. Again, I'm just picking up that a lot of us are like, we're not truly sitting down and asking. And if we are, then we're not listening. We're really like not practicing our throat chakra discernment, right? It's like if the information's there and it's coming in, um, take the time to listen. And again, don't try to control the outcome because when you do that, we miss a lot of stuff. Okay, we also got the unicorns. So this one says spread the light of the unicorns. So I do have to read it because it's like, well, I know what unicorn energy is, but like I want to make sure you do too. It's interesting though because the unicorn energy I've seen in a couple of other people's channels that it's coming in like strong and heavy. So, which is great. I've always wanted to work with them. A lot of people I know work with dragons and that's their thing. And I'm totally like, I'm a unicorn. Okay. Unicorns can take shape, but are often seen as diamond white horses with a horn of enlightenment spiraling from their third eye. They enter this universe through the Stargate of Lyra and are overseen by Archangel Christiel. Um, do I want to read all this? Yeah. In the golden fifth dimensional future, these illuminated beings will play an important part in keeping frequency high and pure. That's the key right there. They will circle the planet, pouring in light whenever it is needed. Every single person will be aware of their personal unicorn, who will always be with them. Yay, we're getting unicorns. Sorry. Um, Every single person will be aware of their unicorn, who will be with them, constantly touching them with wisdom, healing, love, joy, and peace. These pure white beings will download spiritual information directly into people so that the golden age can blossom and expand. During full moons, which so we have do we have one of those coming up? Or are we new moon next? I'm so lost on those. Anyway, you know I'll be doing one. During full moons, unicorns will shower extra high frequency blessings, perfect health, ascension qualities over humans and animals. At these times, they will work with healers so that deep soul healing can take place. Okay, so I'll try to remember that, and so maybe we'll do a special unicorn one for the next full moon. I don't know when that is. I'm pretty sure it's a new moon next. Didn't we just have a full moon? Yeah. Anyway, in the golden future, wondrous unicorns will help fully connect people to their higher selves and to the monad, their monads. Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure that I've got all the. Yeah, this just says a little bit about like, again, it's like, it's kind of like what the cards we're getting for this week are like. We have to do some of the work too of tuning in. I'll help you with some meditations, but it's just a matter of sitting down and connecting, right, to your guides, to your higher selves. And then obviously, we all have a unicorn. So doing a bit of a meditation and saying, I would like to, I would like to see this energy now. I'm ready and I would like to, there's my unicorn, I just realized. Um, I would like to connect and help have some assistance with this energetic shift. All right. It's funny because the next we got from the Christ consciousness, we got the Doubting Thomas card, which is or Peter. Oh, denial. That's a different card. I thought that was the Doubting Thomas card. Um, Interesting that we got this though, because it's like I still feel like most of us are putting up like such resistance. Look at that hand. It's just like, yeah, I get it. When you start talking about unicorns, you're like, holy, this is like this girl could be crazy. I might be, who knows? Um, but it's just like denial and weakness. Yeah, I'm like, like that's I think maybe the beginning of the week. What we need to overcome is that feeling and that energy, and it's like because we also the lion card flipped out too. Lion heart, stand firm. So, and again, we're starting to pull in this lion energy. We're already starting to hit that lion's gate energy. So I think this week we're just being asked to like, you know, I know sometimes this is definitely hard to believe, and like a lot of times you're just nothing's happening. Like all of this is because that's where I go. That's my go-to is all of this is BS, and I got duped, and I don't know what we're doing here, and what the heck is the point? So it's when those moments creep in, and they're going to until we can learn this balance. In is we're asking to take a leap of faith and ask and use this energy and get in touch with it. Um, and not that you have to believe in unicorns, but like start small, then open up to other energies. If you haven't met your guides yet, or you think there's new guides, or tapping into that, or higher self, or any of that stuff. It's about spending this week um, trying to align yourself and know that, like, again, goes back to the magician card for the whole week. We are trying to, we're struggling in that we don't have the belief in ourselves. And that is like, I think what's really holding most of us up, including myself. Um, yeah, it's just when stuff isn't working out and things aren't happening or going our way, it's like the doubt creeps in, right? The doubt comes in heavy, and it's like no, and then we start denying. And I feel like the warning for the beginning part of this week is they're just like, please don't do that. Please don't give in to that energy, because the minute you do, it's not that it stops, it does, it halts your progress. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but it makes it harder. And so it's just like, as much, use your intuition, ask the questions, trust the divine, and like have some crazy ass belief in unicorns. like like what is wrong with that, right? Open It's about opening up and trusting, and that's like our biggest hardest lesson that I have ever had to learn. Still learning. Okay, that's the work for the beginning part of the week. Let's look at the last part of the week. This will take us through to Sunday. So, yeah, this Sunday, again, I won't be doing holding space. I will, but it'll speak right into the chakra meditation, and the actual part read will be part of the portal coming in, the 5-5 energy portal. All right. Do these for the end of the week. I think this will be good. This end of this week, it'll help us really. More of like, what can we do to usher in this energy, a better energy, and connect with it. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. It's such an interesting thing. It's such an interesting card altogether. Okay. Okay. End of the week. First up, focus. I am focused on matters that support my highest good. Again, it's, yeah, where energy goes, right? Where our attention is, which is funny because the other card we got is presence. So the end of the week is like, you know, bring yourself back, get centered, focus, 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 focus. That's all I can say about that one. Okay, focus. I am focused on matters that support my highest good. Again, it doesn't do us any good to be worrying about all the other things going on. It just sets us back, and it basically distracts us from doing our work. We've known this over the last like 3 years. It's been like a distraction fest, right? Constantly. Where your attention goes, energy flows. That's really, I should just leave it there. Pay attention to where your focus lies. When life seems to validate your darkest worries, manifest a vision of how you wish life to be. Again, manifestation, really working on this. Um, it's almost like I think part of the problem too is that we do a little bit of manifestation work and then we see some results and then it's just like and then we're like and then we go about life and we get sucked back in and we're not like I hate to say it, but we need to consistently be doing this work, right? It and all it matters is like if it's just every day that you're wishing for tomorrow to be a a day full of ease, grace, peace, and beauty, that's enough, right? That's all that manifestation that we have to put out there and allow the divine to deliver to us. But I think the key that's really coming in for this week is we've got to be working on this every day. Especially when the darkest worries come in. Because as soon as we start, because I did that last week, they came in and I just let them take over. And I was just like, I was not in a good mood. I still am like struggling a bit with my mood um, because of it. And I know it's because of it. So, um, again, it's that unicorn belief. It's like, it's hard to believe in because we don't see them, they're not tangible. But we have to be like manifesting what we want every day. And even if it is to like see a dragon every day or a unicorn in the clouds or in like a story or something, right? Like it's just, it sounds think trivial that they're just little incidences, but these are the magic of life, right? It's like on a day when you have a thought about something and it just like comes up in songs and it comes up in advertising outside or on a commercial or it's working that every day, but making sure we're aware, focused on what we really want, right? With discipline, you can focus on outcomes that serve your highest good. Avoid multitasking, and focus your attention where it's needed. In what areas of your life could you cultivate more focus? Yeah, and like I said, because this is the energy read for the week, I think it's just saying really make sure you're paying attention to this stuff and that you're doing a bit of the work, right? All right. Okay, so we also got presence, which is pretty much the same as focus, awareness, attention, reality, connection. Okay, making sure, yeah, every day this week, make sure, and again, it only needs to be 5 minutes. You can go crazy and do the whole like getting into you know, um, sorry, like deep manifestation work where you're doing big stuff, or it can just be the little stuff, focusing on one word. What do we want to see more of in the world? Sure, it could be peace. Spend a 5 minute meditation. It doesn't have to be, yeah. And if and or start small. I've just been working on stuff in my life that I need, right? Like it's like, okay, well this week I need this to happen, you know, so that I can get groceries or whatever. Um, so just really, yeah, that's it sounds crazy, but it's like these trials and tribulations right now are because it's trying to teach us how to work with the new energy. But it's not going to lay down the whole thing and hand you a manual. I always say to people, we're writing the manual. So how we write that is in our manifestation of how we want to see things. But we're not going to write the whole manual overnight, too, right? We're going to write it in pieces and sections, and it's going to get edited, and we're going to send it to other people for review where they go, no, this is so off track. Like, that's we're writing the great new novel, the new energy novel. Like, this isn't an overnight process, but we have to be doing the work, right? Okay, this card, I don't know. It's so funny. I just wrote, we got robots. Okay, and like before we get into the whole discussion, because I don't want this video to be super long, um, we are in a place right now where it's like where the whole AI discussion is happening, whether it's benevolent or malevolent, and I'm like, it's like anything in this universe. It's both. There's good and there's bad. Or I guess good and bad aren't really the words you want to use, but there's benevolent and there's malevolent. Um, the words on the card say set yourself free with wisdom, and this robot's eating like super healthy salad and there's butterflies. I gotta read this part because honestly I'm not getting anything about how this connects. So it's kind of like the unicorn card, although I understand unicorns a little bit better, but I think this is about a lot about the new, right? You know, AI eventually, uh, it should be benevolent like the rest of us, right? Okay. In the golden future, most of the jobs will be done by robots. Okay. We say that, and then instantly everybody goes to the bad movies where they turn on us, but we'll see. The okay, so it's just getting into again, like in the fifth dimensional consciousness, everyone will do what brings them soul satisfaction. Those whose greatest joy is to grow food and teach or heal will do so. Community projects will be undertaken because individuals will love to share and care together, not because they have to do them. Robots will give a, a helpful, oh, sorry, robots will give people the time and space for leisure and self expression. Everyone will love exploring their soul gifts and talents. I'm just going to leave that there. It's interesting that it's coming up in just the energy read, and maybe these weren't the right cards for this read, but let's just take it. I'm just going to look at the guidance. Okay, actually, it's kind of interesting. Choosing this card suggests that it's time to consider the chores you currently feel obligated to do. These are the things, because some of these are the distractions, right? Anything that feels like drudgery or boredom is draining your precious life force. Reflect on what you would do with that energy if you were free to use it as you wished. Let your imagination soar. There you go. That's the key for us in this reading. Is like again, we're being asked to use our imagination and visualize. Um, yeah, if it was a day like I know, like I gotta clean my bathroom. It's disgusting right now. Like, and I've left it for 3 weekends. I used to do it every 2 weeks. Like, he's used to be on it, but I've just been like lethargic and I just it's because I've needed to use energy for other things. So this part of the reading is like saying it's okay to let some of that stuff slide right now because the big thing that we need to be doing is doing the work. This work of focusing the energy. We're at a critical stage where we need to be paying attention to this stuff. So I know that's like, it's like for some people there it's be like, well, I can't just not clean my bathroom. That's fine, but just make sure you're not, if you're in there saying, this is horrible, I hate doing this, and then it's all negative, right? Like, why do I have to do this? This is stupid. Maybe put it off for another week or whatever. Because it's when then you're in that energy, in that soup of despair, in that soup of disgust, and you're producing more negative energy. So if just leave it for a week this week. Don't clean the bathroom on Saturday. That's what I'm getting out of this. I'm going to use it as an excuse. Just kidding. Um, the time will make itself apparent. If you need more time, ask for more time. But try to do even those menial tasks when you're in joy, because otherwise we're just perpetuating this lower energy. We have to stop it. It's part of what's kind of like, I don't want to say delaying this process of the new energy coming in, but it is, right. We're learning. Be kind on ourselves. um okay, and so maybe like part of it is like maybe part of the imagination is, sci-fi exists for a reason. It's imaginative, but it's also predictive, and it's also, you know I if we put into the stock that it's going to be uh, not benevolent, then we might live that reality. So this week is really about checking your thoughts and making sure you are like putting in the best possible scenarios at every turn and the best possible energy, that you're not doing things that are depleting your energy so that you're spewing out negativity, or you're, you know whatever it is. Do things that make you happy. um, Imagine things that would make you happy. Really start, we really got to step up manifestation. That's what it's asking us this week. Manifestation magic is probably what I'm going to have to call this video. Last card, Christ consciousness, resurrection, light through the trees. Hopefully that's spring and it's finally coming because, well, I guess in the northern or western or other hemisphere, southern hemisphere, you're, oh my God, I don't even know my hemispheres. Anyway, the rest of you are heading into winter, so I'm not going to, you know, harp on that. Oop, okay, Sam agrees. Embrace new life, though, is the key of this card. We want to embrace that light coming in and that energy. We have to have our mindset in the right place. So again, if I'm off, sometimes you got to get chores done, but try not to like begrudge them and be negative about like, oh, this is taking up all my time. And it's like change the mindset to say like, as soon as I get this done, then I can go and do a meditation on unicorns. Yeah. We're changing mindset, but the key is they want us to know we're learning how to manifest at a like accelerated um high level. So it's about keeping the mind right this week. All right, let's finish up with two cards to finish the end of the week, and then we will leave it there. All right. Interesting week. Interesting week. Okay, end of the week, we got the Hermit card. This is always good because this is about going within and making sure everything's in alignment for yourself, right? Again, we're not worrying about other people and what they're doing. It's all about taking care of this first. I journey to a place of solitude to deepen my understanding of self-knowledge. Again, with the meditation, doesn't have to be 30 minutes, 5 minutes, but make sure that you're checking in with the energy in yourself and like, what do I need to understand today? What do I want to see in the world? It's like the quick 3 questions to write down. And it might just be for that day. What do you need in your life that day? Maybe it's like you're like, I need a hug. I I want to manifest someone to give, to bring to hug me. Super simple, but we really have to start working and playing with this. It's like we showed up for a job and we knew and now like the job is like in full swing. And we're just like, oh, this I don't want to do this now. No, it doesn't work like that. Yeah. End of the week, alchemy. Lots of great things with this card. So basically, um, number one, alchemy, magic. You have the power at hand, right? So this is no longer the doubting hand, like, no, or denial, right? Put up the hand of magic and be like, start, you know, like if I was gonna like go like want something to appear right now and it'd just be like both hands, boom, peace, boom, love, whatever it is. But like start working your magic. It's time. Like we have to start playing with this. And again, we're just learning this. So start out small. Don't think that we need to make these changes, but we all have to start doing this work, the work. It's actually the work now. This is different work than we were doing before. In the pre to learn how to, it was like I said, we went to school, we learned this, we went to university, we learned this. Now we're applying all of this learning and we're working, but we're still learning at every turn. So it's like the universe is just like, okay, get ready, we're gonna get started. This is gonna be bigger, better, faster, stronger. Um, so you're here to participate. So yeah, make sure you get your mind in alignment. It's just like, don't, when you get into the bad place, try to pull yourself out and try to start manifesting the good as much as you can, even if it's just in small baby steps this week. All right, go out there and work your magic. Take care of yourselves, and I love you, and have a really good week.